Outside today, it's a beautiful sunny day. There's nothing I'd rather be doing than playing with my dog Sammy on a day like today. But what if it wasn't a beautiful sunny day? In fact, an impending disaster was on the way. A tornado, a hurricane, a mudslide, a wildfire, or maybe even something worse. So rather than playing with my dog Sammy, what I would be doing is preparing to evacuate. That would not be the time to try to gather all of your stuff together that you would need to take care of your pets. Now most of us have probably already thought about putting together an evacuation kit for ourselves, but you probably need to think about putting together an evacuation kit for your pets as well. So that's what we've got here. This is the stuff that we've put together. So let me show you what you want to think about when putting together an evacuation kit for your pets. The first thing in the kit is the absolute bare essentials. Medication. Have an extra supply of medication. You also want to have a supply of food. We happen to have some wet food that's in a can, and there's even some dry food in here as well. If you happen to have wet food in a can, make sure it's the kind with a pop top on it, like this one is here, or if not, you also have a can opener in here as well. Make sure you also have enough food to probably supply at least a week. You don't know how long you might be gone, so over-prepare rather than under-prepare. Along the same lines of food and medication is water. Have plenty of water for your dogs, your pets, your cats, whatever type of animal that you have. Now if you have small animals like a gerbil or a hamster that's in a cage, you need to think about the container for the water as well, the bottle that it needs to go in, and you need to have that in your kit as well. Important thing to remember about medications, food, and water is to rotate it in and out every couple of months. Don't let it sit there that long, it can go bad. So every couple of months, think about bringing in new water and using what's in your kit. Let's see what else is in here. Another thing to keep current is veterinary records. Have records of your pets and make sure they are kept up to date as well. Just like the medication and the food, don't let that go bad. Some pictures of your animals. Why? In case they happen to get lost. If a disaster happened, you might be looking for them. Now many of us have pictures today on our devices, our phones, but that won't help you if you need to post them around the neighborhood. You need printed pictures in your kit. Some other things that are important is taking care of safety. A flashlight. Never can have too many flashlights in an impending disaster. What if the animal needs to be tied out? They're used to being in a backyard. Have something to tie them down with too. You don't know where you'll be staying, you'll need something to secure them with. And along those same lines, I know we've got in here is some leashes. Have some spare leashes in your kit, so if you need to capture or gather up your animals, you'll be able to get them to the point of safety as quickly as you can. Don't forget the other side of the equation. After you eat, after your dogs and pets or your cats and pets eat, any type of pet, you might have to have some cleanup supplies as well. So in this case for a cat, we have a litter box and the cleanup materials for it. Okay, and then actually right here is in the box is a box of cat litter. Don't think of food as strictly the bare essentials. Have some treats as well. Treats are a good way to get dogs to listen to you. Cats as well, any type of pet, have some treats in the kit as well. I mentioned the bottles for gerbils, hamsters, something like that, but you'll also need containers for other animals too. Have their pet dishes for their water or their food. Have plenty of those on supply as well. And I guess some other things that maybe aren't as obvious is some supplies to clean up. Some handy wipe type. These are Clorox wipes. Some towels are good to have in your kit. Even a supply of paper towels is important to have. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh yes, something that's important is don't forget some toys. Your animals are going to be scared. You want to get their life back to normalcy. So have some toys so when you get to your next place that you need to go to, you've got something to entertain them and get them back to feeling in the routine. So to get them back to wherever you're going, you're also going to have to think about how you're going to transport them. And one of the other things you need to have is a pet carrier or container. Now if you've got animals again, like gerbils, hamsters, that are in a cage, you need to make sure that their cage is portable or have a second cage that you can transport them in. Another good idea is to have a pillowcase in your kit. That's a great way to transport animals, especially if you have reptiles like a snake as a pet. That's a good way to put them in that pillowcase and transport them quickly and easily. So, everything can go into a nice container like we've got right here. And once you have it in a container, it can be a plastic container, it can be a duffel bag, you can even put it in a cooler. But you want to have it so it's large enough to contain most of your supplies. And then put the container in a place that's convenient in case you have to get away. I happen to keep ours in our garage, but if you don't have a garage, find a place that works for you, that's convenient, that you can get at it when you need it. And probably the most important thing if you do have to evacuate is never, ever leave without your pets. Even if you think you're only going to be gone for a few moments, don't leave your pets behind. So on behalf of Farmers Insurance Group, safe petting.